campus of Romeo High School for tonight's NISA soccer match featuring the visiting Gold Star FC and your 2022 NISA champion, Michigan Stars. Officials for tonight's contest as assigned by NISA, the referee Kevin Vicar. Assistant referee number 1, James Dooley. Assistant referee number 2, Jake Rockshoots. And our fourth referee, Marcus Barnett. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. Active duty and veterans may leave their caps on while rendering the military salute as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Well, it's a beautiful, unseasonably warm evening in southeast Michigan. What better conditions to look at the stars? We have a Michigan derby yet again on 11 Sports. The reigning NISA champion Michigan Stars and Gold Star FC. Great to be back at Barnabo Stadium, everybody. Mason Lowry and Chris Black, nice to have you here as well. We got to know last year's Michigan Stars team so well. They played a certain way. They were going to grind you down, beat you to balls, defend, defend, defend. Not a completely brand new roster this year, but a lot of turnover. We'll see what this year's Michigan Stars look like.
And all those tactics did, and personnel did, was get you a championship last year, so no pressure this year. Can you repeat a little bit of a changeover, like I said, but a lot of those players are back, and it'll be fun to see where does this team take it this year. Their launching pad last year as they win the championship. How are they going to do against their new in-state rivals in NISA? How exciting is that for them and to get to host them for this first game?
Yeah, last year there were no Michigan derbies after Detroit City FC moved on to USL Championship. This year, Michigan Stars, Gold Star FC, really interesting and intriguing organization. That's an intriguing starting 11 for the Michigan Stars. And among those faces no longer around with the club, Steven Junchai, son of owner George Junchai, now playing first-team football in Slovenia with FK Gorica. One of two Michigan Stars players now playing first-division football in Europe. Vasilios Zogos playing in Albania at FK Bilis. And congratulations to Steven on making his move, trying to keep his club out of the relegation zone in Slovenia. I'm guessing from a distance, keeping an eye on his old club.
Yeah, that's a little different flavor that the United States really hasn't gotten a hold of yet. Really no relegation promotion situation over here, even though we know NISA had thought about trying to get to that point. You know, they've talked about UPSL, and you think those partnerships try to come up, find a way to get some sort of promotion relegation, but that's a new type of pressure that he gets to deal with over there. And you know, you're young once, let's go experience it, go after a little bit, and those two gentlemen are getting to experience the broader world that soccer can bring.
So I called this kind of an interesting starting 11 for Michigan Stars, and I say that because essentially it features four center backs, and we'll see where Yakov Shmelev, Prosper Figby making his Stars debut, Garrett Hogben and Artem Baranovsky, where they all end up playing. Hogben and Baranovsky were the center back partnership in their only other NISA match so far this spring, a 1-1 draw with Savannah Clovers, one of the other new NISA sides this year. And Gold Star, well, coming off of their first NISA win. They lost 3-0 to Chattanooga in their opener, but beat Savannah Clovers 1-0. Vladimir Jokic, born in Serbia, also getting the start tonight, wide on the right, wearing number 23, will go down in history as the first ever goal scorer for Gold Star. So off we go. Gold Star in black, Michigan Stars in white. I like the move to red shorts this year, adding a nice pop of color to the Michigan Stars uniforms. Tatenda Makruva bashing a ball long. Figby heads that on. But a foul is called. Let me run you through the Gold Star starting 11. Brandon Barnes in goal. Leonel Palma, Derek Ramirez, Daniel Wright. Junior Rosero playing up top. Big body with Division I college experience. Yaya Cisse, Kwabena Boateng, who was capped a couple of times by the U.S. Under-20 national team back in 2019. The captain is Cam Schneider, number 19 in the midfield. Alex DeLue, Dakota Lobsinger, a former Michigan Stars player, and the aforementioned Vladimir Jokic. Leon Marich, one of the Michigan Stars players, is back from last year. He's won that at the touchline. Marich's shot, he scores after just 56 seconds. The perfect start in the Stars home opener. Michigan Stars 1, Gold Star FC 0. That's a magnificent solo effort from the big man. He bullied his way onto the ball at the touchline. Brandon Barnes, the keeper, had to retreat. Marich, with plenty of power, couldn't miss.
Yeah, you want to knock that ball around as a back line. Obviously, you don't want to just play the ball out of bounds. You got to deal with the pressure. Gold Star not able to that time. Obviously, not what they had hoped would happen. But in the end, I think it was Boateng on that touchline spilled it at the end. Probably thought it was going to go out of bounds or maybe get the foul off there by Marich. But what power then right away. Right to the goal, put that pressure on Barnes, make him deal with it. Tough angle. But Marich gets on the scoreboard early.
Now, in the Stars' 2 matches so far, they've scored first, but failed to win either. They drew 1-1 with Savannah Clovers. They actually went on the road in the U.S. Open Cup against Indy 11 of USL Championship, scored on a Nash Popovich penalty, ended up losing 3-1 after extra time. A great effort for 90 minutes, and Stuart Flaherty, one of the Michigan Stars coaches, said on Twitter, that's maybe a little bit of a lesson for us. We played well enough to compete and win for 90 minutes, over 120 minutes, a little less so. And Daniel Wright is knocked off the ball by Noah Robinson, who scored Michigan Stars' first goal of the season. Terrific finish coming in from the left against Savannah Clovers. First professional goal in his first professional match. Doesn't get much better than that. See if Cam Schneider can get onto this. Won by Garrett Hogbin, who came over after 2 years at Cal United Strikers on hiatus for this season in NISA. Of course, it's always nice when you can lose one player from the NISA Best 11 in Vasilio Zogos and add another in Hogbin from a really good Cal United side.
Yeah, the Michigan Stars have always really been active looking at those other teams that really at those moments are having issues holding on to the players for whatever reasons and issues that they're having. They brought a lot of good players in based on opportunity. It definitely showed how well that worked last year, adding in key players for that championship run.
It's another new NISA veteran out there for the Stars, and Mo Alawai, number 6. He's on his third NISA club. First at LA Force and last year with Maryland Bobcats. It's back to Gold Star out of play. A few yards further up the pitch, they'll do it again. 6 is Derek Ramirez. 4 is Leonel Palma. And that to me is kind of interesting. Palma, all of 18 years old, formerly the Sporting Kansas City Academy in the Barcelona residency program out in Arizona, how he deals with a player of the pace and power and size of Leon Marich. Speaking of a guy with some pace and some size, here comes Robinson. They touched it last before it trickles out of play. Anthony Bowie the hero of last year's postseason for the Stars, scored the winner off of a corner from Steven Yunchai to the near post against Albion San Diego in the final, which was here at Barnabo Stadium. He didn't score until late in the season. His first goal was in the regular season finale against Chattanooga, and then scored an insurance goal in the quarterfinals against Syracuse.
Yeah, they really missed him when he had a little extended absence there with injury. One of those guys that is off and on a lot of the set pieces, especially throws. Great defender and dangerous going forward.
Figby helped to win that back. Alewine there to mop up as well. Shmelev in a familiar right back role as we saw him last year, pushed out to the far right of defense. Andres Shalbat also back from last year's Michigan Stars team. He's been with the club for years now. Throw in for Gold Star. New to Nisa along with Club de Leon and Savannah Clovers, both of whom are playing each other tonight. Also got the merger between Syracuse Pulse and Flower City Union into City Union. Free kick for Gold Star as they try and equalize. Cameron Schneider standing over it. He is a former Michigan Stars player, in fact. 8 matches for the club in 2020. So with Philadelphia Fury, one of the original Nisa sides back in 2019. Schneider, the captain, his ball in. Robert Yunchai heads up into the air. And Bowie hammers that out for a throw. That's Rosero coming back a little bit deep. Schneider with Marich, the goal scorer, nipping at his heels. You know, the first 2/3 of last season, we would oftentimes see this Michigan Stars team sit deep and absorb pressure. By the end of the season, that wasn't the case at all, and that higher line of confrontation and a little bit more activity really is what led them to the championship.
Yeah, it was a lot of those teams were trying to find how do we play against the Stars team anyway. It's so good in the air defensively, and so you wonder if it's like, all right, well, it makes sense. They're just going to absorb and win everything in the air, build out, and counter on everyone with kind of devastation sometimes when they did go forward really well. But they had some new players come in. I think other teams also changed the way they're attacking them. You saw some of the teams do like short corners, a little more trying to get that back line out of shape because they knew they couldn't win that aerial battle or didn't want to take them on 1v1. So part of that may have also been, all right, other people are going to play us differently. We got to make some changes. The coaching changed halfway through and a little different style and a little more flair on the ball.
There's a bit of pace from Alex Dalu coming forward from nearby West Bloomfield. For a long time in his youth, played with Michigan Jaguars, one of the well-known youth clubs in Metro Detroit. There are a lot of them, including Michigan Stars, and in fact, what I guess you could call a Stars Academy graduate, Nicholas Nicola, all of 17 years old, is available off the bench this evening.
Going to see the Stars play on Sunday, actually. 2010s against my son's team, so.
I was going to say, not these Stars. They need a little bit of time off.
Well, my son's a decent player, but I think he'd struggle on this field. I think at 12. There'd be a lot of, sir. Hi, sir.
I'm not sure there's much for guys like Yakov Shmelev to go and prove against 10-year-olds. I got caught standing on the ball, did Dalu, for a moment. Figby trying to crowd him out. Schneider, the captain, dealt with by Alewine. Looking for Rosero. Flag is up for offside. Junior Rosero, well-traveled, well-built striker, 12 goals in 2 years at Siena after starting his college career at Stony Brook. He's played non-league in Sweden and England and also with Oyster Bay United in UPSL. You see rosters all over Nisa and USL League One to an extent, dotted with players from UPSL, NPSL, USL 2, of course, and Jokic, yikes, badly overhits the cross.
And that does create some issues recruiting and trying to bring players in, just all those different leagues. And credit to the teams that do have that structure and have that hunger to go find those guys, because it is difficult to, you're looking at the different levels and trying to know who's playing who, what the levels are. It's not, Division 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A little more jumbled up, a little extra work to bring those guys in and pick the ones that really can excel at this level.
It's one of the things that makes lower league soccer so fascinating in this country. Trying to dance down the line against Shmelev. Wins the individual duel, but it's still on here for Gold Star. Cisse was asking for it. Ball didn't come his way. Drops to Rosero. Shot is high and wide. That's the best little passage of play so far from Gold Star.
Yeah, and touch skill there by Rosero, too. Just underneath that much pressure, being able to readjust his shooting lane. Obviously not what he wanted with the actual strike of the ball. But he's under enough pressure there defensive-wise that he really had to work to get a ball down clean to have it go at the goal.
Marich, neat little flick on for Anthony Bowie. Bowie's just dispossessed. And the foul goes. It's good work by Lobsiger. He was with Fort Wayne FC in USL 2 last year. Owned by a U.S. national team legend in DeMarcus Beasley. Proud native son of Fort Wayne. Bowie getting a talking to.
He spent a long career down at Houston Dynamo before moving down into Mexico. Up front, out wide in the midfield, out wide in the back. Anywhere, as long as on the left side, it seems like anywhere you saw him. Took his opportunity and ran with it.
And had a terrific late career renaissance in his mid-30s, getting back into the national team picture. Andres Shalbut running with Jokic. That's well played. Rosero! Oh, what a strike! Junior Rosero, an absolute belter to the back post. Tatenda Makruva had no chance, and it's 1-1.
The driven strike like that to the far bar on a ball just dropped in front of a player like Rosario, all you can do is try to
a little bit of a lesson
pretty
for
dive.
us. We played well
When
enough
that ball
to
does go
compete
in.
and win for 90 minutes over
The Stars
120
aren't able to get
minutes,
the clean clearance out.
And Daniel Wright
early
is
enough
knocked
right
off
away,
the ball
but
by
then
Noah
able
Robinson,
to
who
get that
scored
ball back and try
Michigan
to work. You
Stars'
see what they're
first
trying to
goal
do. They're
of the
trying to
season.
work that ball out wide as they
Terrific
are.
finish coming in
They've
from the
had those
left against
moments.
Savannah Clovers.
Just like the kind of the goal that was given up
First
by
professional goal
by
in his
Michigan
first
Stars earlier.
professional match. Doesn't get much better than that.
They're trying to work that ball out, and in the end, they're able to get some chance out, but not quite enough.
Well, Michigan Stars in live action, getting forward, though it's not happening quite quickly enough. Allawine's ball in, too close to Brandon Barnes, the Gold Star keeper. And they're going to go quickly. Terrific distribution to Jokic. He's got Rosero up ahead of him. What a well-taken goal that was. What a marvelous start, 13 minutes in. Already 1-1. Leon Marich scoring after just 56 seconds. And Junior Rosero answering in the 12th minute. Couldn't play in Rosero that time. Figby mopped up. So that's answered our question, how you deal with the four center backs. Shmelev at right back, Figby and Allawine as the midfield two, with Bowie playing a little bit further forward. And here's Robinson. He's looking for the run of Shalbut. Rescues it. Here's Marich. So much power.
Yeah, Palma did well just to make sure Marich couldn't turn on that ball. Someone looked like Marich wanted to take that from 35 yards out.
Anthony Bowie does have an effective long throw. And the center backs will get forward into the box. Hogbin and Baranovsky. Allawine, the smallest player on the pitch for Michigan Stars at about 5'6", will be the deepest man. Bowie's throw. Nutted on. Robert Yunchai heads down. He's Cleared away from roughly the edge of the 6-yard box. Nice try. Oh, it will fall for Marich. He's got another one.
Michigan Stars go!
Well, I tell you, this Star Derby is the gift that keeps on giving. 15 minutes gone. A brace already for Leon Marich. Michigan Stars 2, Gold Star 1. You know, he only had 3 goals all of last season, Leon Marich, and now he's got 2, 15 minutes into the home opener.
I just keep thinking about it. If you only came to the Michigan Stars Chattanooga games last year, you're really impressed today with all the goals scored. Of course, you want, if you're a Stars fan, you want to keep it on the one side of the ledger. But we kept coming. It was defensive battles, offensive struggles sometimes in some of those big games, and both teams playing free today. Goal every 5 minutes. Why not?
Well, Gold Star responded so nicely last time. Stars only had the lead for about 10 minutes. It's Kwabena Boateng from Elk Grove, California. Trying to change the point of attack and overhit it just a touch.
Michigan Stars' second goal of the evening, scored in the 15th minute. His second goal.
Well, just looking at the makeup of this year's Stars team, he sacrificed a little bit of size in midfield. No Steven Yunchai anymore. So much is operated through him. But when you look at the players that were brought in, I feel like there's a lot that really suits the way Leon Marich likes to play up top. Maybe a little bit more of a dynamic attacking team all the way around.
Well, whether it suits or not, they're getting results based off that. So, yeah, I mean, you always looked at the type of player he is. It seemed like a prototypical just striker, target player. Get it to his feet, let him work. He can hold up play if he needs to. He's an absolute pest defensively. We're talking about how it would look between him and Palma, the 18-year-old, for Gold Star. You're having Marich lurking behind you and you have the ball. Well, we found out early he dispossessed Boateng for the first goal.
It's Baranovsky bashing it away. Bowie was a little off balance. Good foot in from Shmelev. Bowie is tripped by Lobsiger. Gold Star FC Detroit, owned by Dan Milstein, founder of Gold Star Group and an agent to several NHL players, including Red Wings legend Pavel Datsyuk. They have a sister club arrangement with FC Santa Coloma in the First Division in Andorra. They were in the UEFA Europa Conference League in the 21-22 season. Oh, Marich, chance for a hat trick. Rolls that to the near post. They beat a club from Gibraltar and then were knocked out by Hibernian in Scotland over 2 legs. FC Santa Coloma. So there is now a pathway, in a manner of speaking, to the Champions League from Gold Star Detroit. Well, no matter who's on the field for Michigan Stars, there's always guys that are just buzzing to the ball to try and win it back. They're still quick. They're still physical. That hasn't changed.
Yep, and that attitude was apparent last year so much, and I think it's to the annoyance of a lot of opponents, which is the reason you do it. It was always that engine. Very quick, either collapsing back to the ball or pushing up into it, depending if they're doing a high line or midline, but always very organized. I mean, you can see in this game, you want to watch Leon Marich play a defensive striker. Watch, he's pointing and directing where the pressure's coming from or going to, even when he's not the first one to it, always trying to get another one of his Michigan Stars teammates pushed into the ball and really put the other team under pressure.
That's well played. Maybe a chance for Lobsinger. Oh, cuts it back to no one in particular. Figbee sweeps away for a throw-in. It was a really pretty move until the very last ball. In looking for Jokic, who was a step away.
And that looked routine, but it really wasn't. Tatenda Makruva had to really try to make sure that was clean off the bounce because it came off the bottom of a cleat. You never know what kind of a part of a stud that hits, what kind of spin it puts on that ball before hitting the turf.
Tatenda Makruva, a terrific goalkeeper at this level, been capped 20 times by the national team of Zimbabwe. There's their starting keeper back at the 2017 African Cup of Nations. Not all goalkeepers are entertaining with a capital E. Makruva certainly is.
Yeah, you like seeing that. If you like exciting goalkeeping, comfortable off his line, he'll put the ball at his feet. He'll take somebody on if he feels the notion to do it. Really good at distribution as well. Usually at a pretty high line from himself and his back line, so he's able to fill in those gaps on balls in over the top. At the same point, you'll notice sometimes some teams will have a go from distance if they think he's really loitering too far away from his goal line, but quick enough to get back to it.
Lopsiger seeing a fair amount of the ball at left back. It's a nice try to release Noah Robinson up the left. Schneider run this down, nearly beaten to it by Bowie. Figby goes all the way back to Makruva. Prosper Figby, Nigerian. Played collegiately at both South Florida and Virginia. Bowie wins a free kick out of the touchline. Most recently with New England Revolution Reserves. When Robert Yunchai is over this, of course, his older brother Steven was so often on corner kick and set piece duty for the Stars before he made the move over to Europe. Led Nisa in assists the last 2 years. See what kind of service Robert Yunchai can provide. It hangs up there, thumped away by Cisse. Here's Robinson on the turn, nothing there. Hogman shoots on the turn, Robinson again. Oh, Figby couldn't quite get it away. Bowie to the top of the box, Figby. Cisse sliding away, Shmelev, that's deflected. Ooh, off the football crossbar, that's a corner.
The Stars, so many chances there. The difficult thing, though, is after that first or second chance, that collapsing right in the middle. So hard to get a ball through. You saw a couple opportunities to put that ball out a little bit wide, bring it back in, which they tried to make the change. Kind of change the point of attack, change the angles, and they did. A couple times, and the shot came right down the middle, and a defensive header almost became a goal, not a corner.
Robert Yunchai's saying penalty kick.
Yep, love that. Yeah, just something a little bit different.
It's back to Derek Ramirez. 25 years old. He's played in both Guatemala and Sweden. Lopsiger for Cisse. Had a little bit of space to advance into. Chose not to use any of it. Chance maybe for a cross from the left. Good dancing feet down the line. Ping is one of the uprights from Alex Delu, the left winger.
Dead ball when it hits it. It's also different rules if a dog's on the field and the ball hits the dog, but I don't think we're going to have that issue here with the fence around it.
You know, all soccer matches are like snowflakes. No two are ever quite the same. That would be something I've never seen before.
We'll try to get maybe a bark in the park promotion going here. Maybe we can see if we can get that to happen.
Really, anything that gets more dogs to a sporting event. You're right. Here. Time. Ducked in a little bit there. There's the cross. Makruva backpedaling. Andres Shalbot heads behind for a corner. Dalu will come over and take it. Head coach and GM of Gold Stars, Alex Lubyansky, who played in goal at Michigan in the mid-2000s. Short corner routine. They'll try it again. Shmelev blocked that out of play.
Kept it casual. To push a player out late.
Right. Sure. Here.
Yeah. State rival, but realistically, got to get the points you deserve off those other new teams into the league. So probably a little pressure right on his shoulders prior to that goal.
Hogbin's in the way.
See what they're doing, though. Rosario's so close to being sprung. Right there, he had to lay off.
He was being played on by Artem Baranovsky and had no idea.
Yep, and I think he didn't realize this One Stars player was deeper, too. It looked like at last second I pulled off. He's where he's offside, but lost where he was in the moment, looks.
Baranovsky, not a great ball out from the back. Dalu mopped up.
Yeah, you can see Rosario up to the right side of your screen, finding little lanes, little holes he's hanging out in. And as he does that, the Stars are going to have to respect that and pull players back. We know they're trying to play with 4, but it looks almost like more like a 3 because you've got to keep a line back there, not let Rosario free.
Behind everyone, looking for Jokic. Cisse. Boateng coming forward. Bit of space to advance into up the right. That's a nice ball for Daniel Wright, looking for the cross. It's low to the edge of the 6, and Rosero skies that through the uprights. They've certainly shown some signs in the first half hour, Gold Star.
Yeah, beyond just chances. They've got their goal, and there it's almost like Rosero had decided he missed before he hit it, spun himself like a top, kind of spun right around instead of threw that ball, that clean strike he had in his goal.
Here's Maric. Had a couple of options, but a good tackle in by Cisse.
A really good read by Cisse, really surprised Maric. He kept it a little bit casual there, thinking he had more time than he did.
Jokic wanted that long and direct. Instead, Wright was the target from Boateng. Dalu's dropped quite a bit deeper just to get touches. Lobsinger, the left back, pinched way forward. That's a terrific ball from Rosero to find him. We'll have a few options to aim at of the box. Lobsiger. Here's Rosero. Well held by Makruva.
Nothing comes to that on the goal. However, that ball by Rosero, the weight, surface area of the foot he played that with that spin dropping right behind the Michigan Stars back line. Phenomenal piece of skill there. Probably two best struck balls of the game so far, both by Rosero. Just that one's just putting a ball in, clinical. And behind the back line, they find him back with the ball, not able to do anything with it on his attempt on goal. A special player to watch.
Derek Ramirez finding Schneider in space in the middle of the park, and a right is free on the right. It's overhit just a touch. Daniel Wright from another well-known Michigan club, Wixom. It's Palma. Something you don't really want to get suckered into doing is just knocking the ball around to the back against this Stars team.
No, you've already been dispossessed once in the first minute of the game, as it is anyway. So if you're going to be knocking it around the back, make sure you have a good amount of space. Probably should know where Leon Marich is as well, because even if he's not on the ball, he might be organizing someone to pressure it with him.
That was superb. Cross looking for Rosero again. Makruva comes to the Stars' rescue. Stars are having a little bit of trouble with Gold Star's wide men.
And you can see Gold Star just consistently playing out wide as well, which the more they can play out wide, the more room it's going to create in the space. We've seen Rosero go anywhere from starting up top to working himself back into the midfield trying to receive a ball. The more Gold Star can be at least dangerous on those flanks, letting those guys run, the more space you're going to get centrally in the field. The question is, can they keep it up for a full game?
Great strength from Anthony Bowie. Allewine tried to knock it back to him. Couldn't find him. Well read. Slotted through, looking for Jokic, but it's one of the things that Tatenda Makruva reliably does so well. Bursts off his line in a hurry, and he's got great hands.
The belief in his feet sometimes does get him in a little bit of trouble, to be fair, because he does have such belief in it, but he can also do the amazing things he does with them because of that belief.
That was great footwork by Leon Marich. Robinson gets bundled over in the box, nothing given, just a goal kick.
Considerable uproar from the Stars bench. Met with silence. I think you've got to be a really big Stars fan to think that was a PK.
Well, it would have been awfully harsh against Gold Star.
Nothing wrong with believing it. Nothing wrong with believing it.
Hey, if a player gets taken down in the box, there's always a chance.
Exactly.
So
just
you're saying there's a chance.
Just make it the referee's discretion decision. Leave it up to them.
Rosero's offside. talked about Steven Yinchine, Vasilios Zogos no longer being with Michigan Stars. Stephen Elias and Kyle Nelson, who came mid-season last year, now with City Union.
Great pickups they had mid-season here. Yeah, great job at the front office.
After Valley United went bust, Matt Constant, the really big of the big center backs, has moved on. Cyrus Tran is now with Albion San Diego. But it's a solid core that's come back, including Jacob Campbell, who's not been in uniform for their first two NISA matches, plus the Open Cup loss to Indy 11.
And that's a guy, obviously, if you've seen him play, he's going to change up the way they play a little bit when they get back. You wonder if the back line plays one way today compared to if he's in the back line as a left back, or if he's up in left mid or left wing. They have so many guys that just seem interchangeable that if someone's doing really well at a left wing, they can drop Campbell into the back line, or vice versa. Got a lot of guys that are versatile players.
It's a great little run from Palma from center back. You have Lobsiger outside of him. Finds Cisse. Jokic. Trying to cut in, no shooting space. Shmelev. Marich is up at the touchline. Only really Robinson for support. Great footwork again. Alowine couldn't quite get to it. Stood up by Boateng. Well played to rescue possession for Gold Star. Cam Schneider. Jokic asking for it. Receives it. Rosero runs ahead of him. He stayed onside this time. Delu. Schneider. He'll have a go on the left foot. Slices it wide. He's been all over the place, Cameron Schneider, over the course of his career. We mentioned a couple of other NISA teams he's played for. Collegiately played at Marshall and East Tennessee State. He's played in the first and second divisions in Costa Rica and in Mexico and Dubai and Romania. This is a game that can take you places if you know where to look for opportunities.
Yep, know where to look and open to it. Adventurous spirit.
It's won back by Gold Star. Jokic. Good standing challenge by Hogbin, but Gold Star back in possession. Wright's shot stings the hands of Mikruva. And, case in point, looking for opportunities, Artem Baranovsky, who's on the ball right now. New center back for Michigan Stars, is 33 years old. It's his 17th professional season, and the first outside of Eastern Europe. Spent a lot of time playing in the Ukrainian Premier League. He's also been in Uzbekistan. He's with a club in Tajikistan for a couple of years. It got him into the 2017 AFC Cup final for Istiklal, and in Kazakhstan for the last 3 years.
Have passport, will travel.
Michaels left mid-season and joined Flower City Union. Shouldn't be as much of an issue this year. Figby can play there. Shmelev can play there. They've also got Niels Lelouch, who's from France. Most recently was with Fort William FC in the Highlands of Scotland, which a few years ago was declared to be Great Britain's worst football team. So Niels had nothing to do with that.
Hey, they're first at some. First.
Lelouch is available on the bench this evening. Is the Stars' reserve goalkeeper. Milo Barton, son of Warren Barton, is on the bench. Roberto Mejia, Lelouch, we mentioned. Nicholas Nicola, the teenager. Hunter Olsen, Ezer Brown, and Nash Popovich. Leon Marich was offside. Nash Popovich is a really Big Ten Player of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year. He's been with Oakland County. .42. All 3 goals came in the first 15. 2 from Marich, 1 from Rosero. Here is the goal scorer for Gold Star. Shmelev, nice work, retreating header back to Makruva under pressure from Ramirez. Didn't quite find Marich. Dalu. Did well to skip away from Shalbut, but it's back with Marich. You remember is on a hat trick. That petered out. Lobsiger. Nice ball, threading the needle for Jokic, and here's Junior Rosero again. Dalu. Cisse. Right wide of him. Lovely ball through. Rosero. Body in the way. That was Baranovsky. And he's lost out. Possession gifted back to Gold Star. Right to Dalu. Lobsinger. Big sliding challenge from Bowie. Gold Star desperate to equalize before halftime. Palma, good stuff, looking for Rosero, nearly found him. Well, they've certainly got Michigan Stars teetering here as we approach halftime.
Well, their side-to-side play, kind of that width from side to side from Gold Star is really what really appears to have opened up that center space last time. They were able to drive right down the field then with the space given to them as Michigan Stars are trying to stop this Gold Star team from whipping the ball side to side. And that deep, you've got to be cognizant of who's kind of lurking from the far post as well. There's certainly been danger serving those balls in, and they create enough space centrally that made it fair. I think Rosero should have done something with that, at least fallen over and screamed, and and a possible PK comes out of it because he was in. They found him. They got to his feet. He was just kind of harassed enough by the Michigan Stars back line to get that ball freed up to get to Makruva.
Brandon Barnes had to wait for that to bounce into the box. Almost waited too long.
Yeah, that's probably more one if he had to do it over again. He's going to come off his line strong. Deal with that with his feet.
Cisse. Rosero to his right was trying to peel away from Shalbut. That'll run through to Makruva. Couldn't find the feet of Derek Ramirez.
You can see on that build-up the amount of space number 9, Junior Rosero, is taking on that flank, pushing up. He's actually creating 5 to 10 yards of onside space in behind that back line. That might be something that Gold Star looks at it at the halftime when they have a little bit of talking about, all right, this is what we're being given now. Now we need to take it. It's a little bit of a decoy there. If he can't get that ball in, played into him, he has a little bit of space.
Shalbut. Back to Makruva.
One minute of extra time.
So confident. I would just play into a 1v2. It'll be fine.
Well, that's a mistake. Figby loses out. Allewine recovers nicely. Only 1 minute of stoppage time, which is a little bit of a surprise given we had 3 goals.
Will they stop for a minute then?
Robinson, now the flag goes up. Yeah, I think he was surprised that the flag took as long as it did to be raised. was wondering for a second, did we all miss something?
Someone in
But
the
no.
corner? You know, and the offside rule has kind of been massaged, we'll say, the last few years as it is anyways. And these officials aren't going to be putting their flag up unless there's about to be a collision with the goalkeeper and the player is already in offside position or they play that ball. They're going to hold the flag just to be sure now.
Cross looking for Rosero. Oh, is that handball in the
penalty,
box? It is. Oh, Gold Star will have a chance to equalize right on the stroke of halftime.
I wonder who's going to take it.
Gee, could it be Junior Rosero? He has just been so dangerous for Gold Star. And he can give Michigan Stars a lot to think about going into the locker room.
Fisher just making sure everyone knows it's the yellow line. You see him kind of pointing around a little bit. Multi-sport field here.
Junior Rosero, short run up. Saved by Makruva. Oh, what a fine stop down to his right. The final kick of the first half is a kick to the stomach of Gold Star FC.
And you think about a keeper like McCruver anyways, really good footwork. If he wants to wait and read your body till the last second, he's got a shot to do that. And it'll be interesting to find out if that's what he did or he just guessed right and took it. But you had to feel pretty good about Junior Rosero stepping up to that spot for that PK and a little bit more than disappointed now, a little deflation going into the halftime.
Well, that's a first half that gave us a lot to talk about. A big first minute and a big final minute of the first half. Leon Marich scores after 56 seconds. Junior Rosero, a terrific strike to the back post on 12. Marich pokes home his second in the 15th minute. And Rosero has a penalty kick saved by the Michigan Stars captain Tatenda Makruva with the final kick of the first half. We're going to catch our breath up here in the booth. Halftime. The home opener for the reigning league champion Michigan Stars. They lead Gold Star FC in this Michigan Derby by 2-1. Back for the second half on 11 Sports. Home opener for the reigning NISA champion Michigan Stars. After a thrilling first half, they're up 2-1 on Gold Star FC. The Star Derby, Michigan Derby, the Starby, whatever you care to call it.
I like that.
You like that?
Yeah, yep. Make shirts.
You can have it. One change at the half for Michigan Stars. Nash Popovich comes on. He'll replace Smo Alawine. Popovich, his grad transfer year at Michigan, was Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year. Scored 10 times and had 4 assists. Gold Star makes 2 changes. Derek Ramirez and Cameron Schneider come off. A couple of attacking changes. Giancarlo Kanyas-Harkin, who scored 3 times last year for Flower City Union, is on. So is Max Rugova, forward from Overland Park, Kansas. He's been kept twice by the under-19 national team of Kosovo. Mason Lowry and Chris Black, great to have you here. What do you want to see, Chris, in the second half?
I mean, it's such a young season anyway, so teams are still finding themselves. What can both teams end up doing with what they've learned in the first half? We saw Gold Star being successful, using the width, using the flank, at least changing the game and changing how Michigan Stars had to defend. But now can they be successful on that entry ball in the final third after they've opened up the Stars a little bit? And I think on the other side of it, in the Stars, I mean, you've got your 2 goals. Obviously, they came really early in the game, but you've got 2. You're still holding that lead. But can you get a little more consistent on this defensive line? And can you keep hold of where Junior Rosario is going and keep that line intact so that you're not giving too much onside space, in behind? Because he has been a lot to hang on, a lot to handle. They've kind of always known where he is, but he's created some chaos by his movement off the ball.
Kanyas-Harkin knocking that up the line for Alex Dalou to chase after. Runs out of real estate. Gold Star in black, Michigan Stars in white, and the red shorts.
And then with Popovich coming in, how does he play sitting in that midfield in behind Marich? Can they link a little bit better through the midfield? Because kind of that play through the midfield really kind of combined. It was pretty anemic in the end. They really didn't have that many chances built through the midfield, consistent possession through it. A lot of time it went around it or over it.
Shmelev loses out. Here's Rugova. Shmelev clips him. Early free kick for Gold Star, and that'll give us our first booking of the match. The yellow for Yakov Shmelev. All action first half, especially the first 15 minutes and the final minute. Leon Marich scoring twice after 56 seconds, and again in the 15th minute. Junior Rosario for Gold Star. Terrific strike in the 12th minute, then had a penalty saved in first half stoppage time by the Stars captain Tatenda Makruva. Lobsiger is over the free kick.
Deleuze was held at play for a minute there as the official checked on him. Shaking off his hand or something's ailing him a bit.
Yeah, he still doesn't seem quite right. That's a corner for Gold Star. Makruva watched that bounce between the 2 crossbars. It's Lopsiker over to serve this in. We saw them do short corner routines a couple of times first half. Dalou is over there as a short option again.
Yeah, Robert Yonchide's up towards him just in case. Take that off the plate for him.
That's allowed to drop in the box.
Oh, and this is a great counter if they can find Marich on a long diagonal.
Well, Popovich played the wrong ball. Marich had checked.
Yeah,
Makruva out on the edge of the 18. He and Rosario nearly come together.
Yeah, Marich had checked inside, like you had said, probably expecting a run in behind him maybe, or kind of worried about Popovich could find him that far away. There's a long way to go, but not a lot of numbers to defend him if they could have got the ball off the foot faster.
Yeah, Marich, not the kind of center forward so much that is going to make runs in behind. His hold-up play is superb. Oh, that's nifty. Popovich flick of the heel for Bowie. Back to Popovich. Bowie in acres of space. Anthony Bowie missed it. Just a little wide. That was a beautiful move, though.
And good combination play in the end, too. You're able to get that back line to drop in because that more vertical diagonal ball opened up Bowie then to check back to it. Sometimes you say not enough on it, but way too much on it that time as it sailed over. But good soccer building up to that chance on goal.
Bowie just ran right over Dalu. Free kick for Gold Star. 1 win and 1 defeat so far in NISA play. Lost 3-0 to Chattanooga in their first game. Beat Savannah Clovers 1-0 on a goal from Vlad Jokic. Also an admirable effort and defeat in the Open Cup against Detroit City.
Yeah, not a real easy pathway for the start of your season.
No, indeed.
Tough Open Cup opponent. And then you just play the finalists of NISA right off the bat in your first 3. At least you get we'll call it an expansion team, I guess. We untechnically call it that, I guess. At least you get one for there and you get your point there, but you get your win there. But, man, not easy. But they're in it.
That's Boateng. 2 young center backs, Boateng and Palma, who's only 18 years old. He's quite good on the ball, generally, but he lost out to Popovich there. Over the top for Marich's run, scuffed sideways by Boateng, and Michigan Stars have a throw-in. Would expect Anthony Bowie and his long throw to come for this one. And he will indeed trot over to the touchline.
And after being dispossessed last time, Boateng just wanted no part of Marich hunting him behind him. Just get that ball out wide, defend the throw.
There's a lot of back lines in this league that don't want any part of Leon Marich.
No, just get that ball out. If you didn't have an easy pass right away, just reset and deal with the throw.
This time, Bowie's long throw too close to Brandon Barnes.
That's going to be a yellow card there for interfering with the goalkeeper's movement.
Or maybe just a talking to for Marich.
Yeah, just talking to him in the end. I thought he went into his pocket.
Hasn't exactly been a match full of fouls.
No, and that could be the reason. But I tell you what, that was a good situation. Max Rugova was making that run down this left side. The Stars were trying to deal with him by getting a number back. If Barnes could have outletted him real quickly, could have been trouble for the Stars.
Dalu. Neat little turn of pace. Yunchai and that's Bowie combining. Bowie clips Kanya Sarkeen. Free kick taken too quickly. Anthony Bowie, I think, being told, yeah, no more. You're going in the book.
Your infringement has been persistent, and it'll be taken no more.
He fouls again, it's a caution. From the referee's mouth to your ears, you folks at home. Kanya Sarkeen. He's got such quick feet. I remember seeing him last year when Flower City Union came and played against the Stars. Born in Los Angeles, of Salvadoran descent. Dalu clipping it through. Oh, almost found Rosero. But again, McCruva knows exactly when to come off his line.
Yeah, the referee crew missed it.
And McCruva was interfered with on his goal kick.
Yeah, the AR had looked forward, so he missed it, I believe.
Well, now he's going to bring it back. And you could hear Gold Star players saying no one touched the ball. That's going to be a free kick on the edge of the box for Michigan Stars.
So one of the 4 officials must have caught it, whether it was one of the ARs, the 4th official. They ended up getting it right. Just took a second.
That is the important thing, obviously, that the right decision ultimately is made.
That's of some
Prosper
concern.
Figby's got a problem.
It looks like he's going to be switched out right away.
It's Hunter Olson who will come on. He was a teammate of Nash Popovich at Oakland County of USL League 2 last year. Prior to that was with Toledo Villa, a club that you and I know quite well. We commentate on their matches as well for local television in Northwest Ohio. Had a great career at Calvin College, 46 goals, 28 assists in 4 seasons. Got to the Division III Final Four twice. In fact, scored in a final one year. Sliced forward. Headed back on by Garrett Hogbin. Here's Kanya Sarkin. Sweeping that into space. Nice ball. Gold Star getting forward again. Rosero is peeled to the right. This is Daniel Wright cutting in. Kanya Sarkin. Can he find shooting space? Yes, he can, but it's over the top.
And as the second half continues, we're interested to see what's going to happen in front of that back line for Michigan Stars. Because if you're just going, substitution like for like, you did not just have that with those 2 players. So see if Hunter Olson does continue to sit in as this game goes on, or he was just ready to go in first. So the next substitution will kind of fix a 6 sitting in front of that back line. As Stars already have a player up at the midway point.
It's Nicholas Nicola to Rosero. That's great work by Hogbin to win it back. Can Lopsiger run it down? He can. Just before it crossed the line. Cisse. Back for Palma. Milo Barton could maybe be an option not to sit in midfield, but you could maybe push Shmelev a little further forward and he could come in at right back.
Yeah. Yep, you can do that. You wonder if someone's going to push in central a little bit to free up Hunter Olson, or if he's going to be the guy sitting in with Bowie. So early in season 2, depending where these guys are coming out of and where their fitness level is too. There's some guys are under kind of fitness limits as it is coming into the game. Some things are predetermined and some might be situational or what the game's giving.
Bowie's ball hit Popovich, and Rugova won't be able to get to that. And Nicholas Nicola is coming on for Robert Yunchai. So the 17-year-old comes in. He was lively in the Savannah Clovers match.
Nicholas Nicola checks in for your Michigan Stars.
He's got a bit of pace to him. So does, Junior Rosero. Touch let him down there, though. It's a heck of an experience for a 17-year-old to come into a tough league like this so young. But in that second half appearance, did not look out of place down in Georgia. That's a coming together off the ball. It's Bowie who's been left down on the deck. That's the last thing the Stars would need, because right now he's got to be that midfield maestro.
Yep. Yeah, he already kind of changed. You could actually see on the last build-out how they kind of pulled apart a little bit. You had a front 4 almost pulling apart into the attack with 6 sitting in behind. So Olsen and Bowie going to be asked to sit in front of that back line a little bit, get up and get in when they can. Nicola's pace up on the right side. That might relieve some pressure anyways if they lay a couple balls off for him to run onto. He also has the luxury of playing a ball into Leon Marich and then getting himself forward and trying to get it back.
Nicola got taken out. Shmelev went to ground. Here he is again. 17-year-old wearing number 17, incidentally. Barnes will wait for that.
He can do that for one more year. Unless he can negotiate with Noah Robinson.
Next year I was going to say, next year he'll wear 18.
Not sure when his birthday is. Might have to be sooner. We'll see.
That's a shove. Really good crowd on this home opening Friday night for the Michigan Stars. You know, one of the things you so often see at Stars home games, a lot of Michigan Stars youth players milling around. And it's terrific for them because having a senior professional team kind of at the top of the club pyramid, that's the carrot on the stick for a lot of the young ones.
No, it really isn't. And then you look at, not only have you had some players move on over to Europe and other professional opportunities, now you've got youth on the field, a 17-year-old that you can identify with.
Oh, and Kanyas Harkin has stayed onside. Oh, wide. Flashed across the face of goal. Gold Star, they've come close a couple of times, especially Makruva saving Rosero's penalty right at the end of the first half. And Harkin got behind the defense. Flag stayed down. Couldn't make the Stars pay. Olsen nearly giving that away. One of the second half subs. It's not yet the watertight backline that we saw last year for the Stars. In fairness, it's mostly new.
Yeah, a lot of moving parts, and it's always not just those backline players. So many of the midfielders as well have changed over. And have guys that understand where each other are going to be and understand strengths and weaknesses and start to play off. It's going to take a while. Obviously saw the Stars peak at the right moment last year. You win like you did, though, and you don't seem to start the season with patience. The expectation a little higher, and what you're used to is a little higher.
Well, Yakov Shmelev, he's already been booked. He's off. That's a disaster for the Stars. Yakov Shmelev just completely ripped down the Gold Star player. He was already on a yellow, and he's off. 62nd minute. And you could see it coming, too.
It was a bizarre reaction, though, from Gold Star at first. Because they kind of just pat each other back, kind of moving on. Another guy, then he gets his red card. Another Gold Star, kind of pat it, no big deal. It's like, okay, what's going on? If they lost track, maybe, or they didn't know what was coming. Well,
so Michigan Stars, they got to hang on for the next half hour. A man down. Oof, headed wide. That came off of Nicola last, I believe.
Yeah, you got to wonder now with Gold Star right there. Is it Roddy Green coming in? If this is in response to the red card to make a quick shift here of what they're doing in the attack.
They'll replace Jonkic, so I think that's a like for like. Roddy Green getting nice applause from a lot of the Gold Star reserves that are down below us. Well, 5 years with Detroit City FC, in fact, scored their first ever professional goal against LA Force. Deep corner. That will hit the corner flag and be a throw-in, the deepest possible throw-in for Michigan Stars. Well, we'll see how the Stars fare a man light. Won't be a whole lot of space for him, I wouldn't think. Although Nicola can maybe find some here straight from the throw-in. Nicola 1 against 2, doesn't have really any help. Nice work by the teenager.
Did really well in a tight space here with his footwork to maintain that ball.
It's Robinson buying the free kick.
You hear the Stars coaching staff yelling, "Keep it now, White." So they know it's a lot less work keeping the ball than chasing a ball. If they can keep the ball, grind some minutes out in possession, avoid turnovers like that, it's going to allow them to defend better as a block and be ready for whatever Gold Star throws at them.
That's Roddy Green. Burst of pace to get forward. There's the cross. Olsen heads wide. Wright watches that out of play for a Gold Star throw-in. Well, they've been the more dangerous of the teams so far. Gold Star in the second half. Marich with a neat little touch. Popovich couldn't peel away. Boateng went to ground. Well done.
Yeah, I think Popovich might have played into that then. Picked the feet up, made sure it went out of bounds instead of really not knowing where that ball is going to go on deflection. Hate to say they're already letting air out of the tires. That's not quite what's going on, but the safer play was to let it go out of bounds and maintain a throw for your team. Slowly restart.
I always thought it was just one run.
Popovich. Can Marich get through? Oh, so close. Well, Palma took that right away from Barnes and got away with it.
And Nikola kind of held back a little bit. I don't think he's sure where to go, but if he would have been right in with Marich, maybe he's on that.
Kanyas Harkin for Rugova. Rugova, neatly done, left-footed cross. Didn't even go out for a Stars throw-in. That was scooped all the way across the pitch. Marich the only man up. Everybody else back defending for the Stars. It may be like that for some time. Through to Makruva. That's the most important thing the Stars can be until the end of this match. Is difficult to break down.
One of their strengths last year, so the question is going to be, how can they deal with it now with the moving parts that they've had coming in? Changed up a little bit. Not that you want to be just holding on to a one-goal lead to learn anything, but they are going to learn something tonight. I think you'd much rather have a one-goal lead with 11 and not learn anything.
Yeah.
Well, I say you learn a lot more through failure than success. However, you don't want to learn too often.
Yeah, the same lesson being learned over and over and over again.
It means it wasn't learned.
It isn't sinking in. Here's Alex Dalou. Makruva stops with his feet. Dalou found that turn of pace, able to burst through. Makruva bails out the Stars. 68th minute. Cisse too far wide. That's not where Rosero wanted it. Cisse's none too pleased. Cisse, a veteran of USL League One, couple of seasons with the other Chattanooga side, Chattanooga Red Wolves. They've got a former NISA head coach as their head coach now, Ziggy Kortoski, who lost the NISA championship match last year to Michigan Stars with Albion San Diego. Right for Dalou. Rosero put it behind.
I did a great job getting them there.
Well, and you said it, Michigan Stars, they have to find a way to hold on to possession, and they can't do it there. It's played into a dead end by Shalbot.
Yeah, maintain some possession, grind some clock out, get a couple chances here and there. Actually, if you're not going for it, you're not getting chances, you're even easier to defend and easier to attack. But it's going to be the one-man show up top with Leon Marich, unless there's a little bit of hold-up play. He gets someone else in on the game.
Popovich would be the most likely candidate.
Yeah, Nicola's made some good runs too, so it might be something where it's a build-up on the left side. Nicola makes that run down the right flank. Get him in deep.
Throw-in or free kick for the Stars?
I think the center and the AR kind of disagreed there a touch. Now I think they could come to a free kick, which, to be fair, it's the AR's job at that point. The ball went out of bounds. It's going this way. It's up to you to decide if there's a foul, sir. Center did decide there was. Just inside the box there on the far side. Based on the players going forward, looks like Makruva's going to give the ball a little bit of a ride here.
Well, that's one way to relieve the pressure a bit.
Yeah, I was going to say a lot of a ride. I said a little bit of a ride. That was
more than a little.
That cleared some space. And yeah, it does create a lot more space to defend for the Stars, but they're able to hold back a little bit, get in shape quickly.
Dalu ran it out of play, spikes the ball in frustration.
Yeah,
Roddy Green, you got to allow the throw-in to be taken.
Earlier in the game, similar thing happened where the Gold Star player jumped up on a throw, and I was actually surprised the official didn't make a call on that one, but they must have decided he was far enough back. Roddy oddly really, I would not give the Stars a chance to take a rest or get that ball, make them put that ball back in play.
Dalu settled that. Cisse. Lopsinger coming back to offer an option. Giancarlo Kanyasakin. Boateng. Right. Ronnie Green all the way out at the touchline. Trying to build methodically. Hogbin got in the way. Rosero has a chance. So spinning strike nearly turned home. Dalu couldn't make final contact. Well worked though. Gold Star continues to bang on the door for an equalizer.
Dude, man, just so close. Whether it's a half step or just a bad touch. At this point, you could say they should be winning the game with some opportunities. They let pass, especially the penalty kick, and now you're facing a team with 10 men, but still down behind one.
Headed down well. Nicola Marich, just straight. He had tried to hold up.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been by much.
Roddy Green. Cisse. Rugova. 1v1 with Nikola. Nikola holds him off well. Will be a corner.
Yeah, Gold Star not going to get away with the short corner again after the first two times.
And not this time.
Yeah, they're going to need to serve that ball in, make us deal with it.
Hogben skims that wide. Throw in. Will be left for Daniel Wright.
How you gonna beat him?
Back for Cisse. Once again. Gold Star up a man, Yakov Shmelev, the right back for Michigan Star, set off at the 62nd minute for a second bookable offense. Rugova will cut in. No room to shoot.
Yeah, Hunter Olsen did well, just escorting him across.
Oh, Dalu darting into the box. Makruva comes out. He was well marshaled by Noah Robinson, who tracked him down.
And Robinson allowed to obstruct back the goalkeeper as long as he's close enough to play the ball. Did well there, protecting the ball as well as Makruva, who came out for it.
Olsen lost out. Ahmad Dalu gives it away to Popovich. An awful lot of players in a line back defensively, Gold Star, for a team that's up a man.
That was a 2v7 that Popovich and
Jeez.
tried to take on right there, and it almost got through. Well, if you want to have a tactic that's least expected when you're down by one, that would be amongst them. Putting 7 in the back line. Of course, they got out of shape then. But that gives you an idea of how much they respect Marich.
As well one should.
Yeah, they're trying to find Nikola down that right flank.
They found him now. Shellpot overlaps. Backing off. Ooh, allowed Nikola to put that ball into the box. Off the midriff of Lionel Palma. Stars have a corner.
Yet, really just a little bit before that, I was really kind of deciding. Nikola really is making the safe plays. You'd imagine a youngster would want to. I think he's got to have that mindset now. I'm one of the top 2 players up there because there's only 2 of us. I need to take some risks sometimes. He's playing very good safe soccer. But you can see Gold Star then kind of parted the waves for him right there. He could have driven in the goal if he wanted to. And that might be something. He put his head down, go to goal a couple times, get a chance.
Popovich corner. Stars desperately trying to keep it. That's a really good ball. Oh, chance maybe for Nikola. That's blocked. Ronnie Green put a foot in there.
I didn't know they figured out who did it.
Through to Barnes. Not exactly building quickly, though, Gold Star. Kanya Sarkin. He's spun down by Bowie. Anthony Bowie gets booked.
And he's calling that for persistent infringement there, not for that particular foul. You can see the center official pointing out the different places. Foul in a dangerous situation. Obviously another card on the Star side with Bowie having one. Being in danger now, physical player as he is. A lot of changes now tactically coming for this Gold Star team as they go for it.
Mabruk Saleh will come on, and he'll replace Yaya Cisse. Mabruk last year was in national team camp with Yemen. Formerly Rhinos Academy in Rochester, New York as well. Where's number 70?
Like his Bitmoji in it.
Lopsiger's free kick, caught by Makruva. And again, good distribution. Can they keep this in play? Yes, they can. Hunter Olsen with a lot of pace. And he's got Nash Popovich, his former Oakland County teammate, waiting in the middle. Nash Popovich, it's blocked. Chance for Nicola on the follow. That might have put it away.
Oh, that could have great vision, as you'd expect from Makruva, wanting to go right away if it's on. That's how you relieve some pressure. I think difficult spot for Nicola to be. A lot of time to get that ball. Referee kind of runs right in front of it as he's trying to get out of the way. He did well to get a strike on it, but obviously he'd like to have that back, but a great opportunity for the Stars.
Gold Star will have a corner. They go right down the other end and create a set-piece opportunity for themselves.
Yeah.
This will be an in-swinging corner.
He's pulling away from the corner, so apparently he's going to want to whip this ball in.
Saleh, who had just come on. Boateng made first contact and second, blocked behind another corner.
Michigan Stars have two players waiting to go in. Not to the table yet, and I think that might be a height thing for what they're about to go in because they don't want them going in this corner.
It's Milo Barton and Roberto Mejia.
See if they have them step to the table after the ball clears this area.
You don't want to dally with it near your own box. Down a man trying to preserve a win. Bowie bashes away. Wonder if Bowie might be a candidate to come off being on a yellow in the final 10.
Yeah, you think about that defensive struggle now just to close this game down. Get a guy off so that the player that takes the spot can take a card.
Marich still chasing. Caught a little bit of the goalkeeper. There's another free kick. It was Robinson, I think, committing the foul. Now the changes happen. Not that facing a free kick as opposed to a corner is a better time to bring on. Well, in fact, they won't make them yet. Well, yeah, now they will. The Stars were trying to wait. Well, what are we doing?
I must say they're doing a slow substitution, as slow as allows.
So Leon Marich will come off for Barton. And Popovich, interesting, who came out at halftime. He's replaced by Roberto Mejia.
And number 10, Roberto Maya, checks for George.
Well, you know, we talked about height. Mejia and Barton, you replace your tallest player in Leon Marich at 6'5", while defending a free kick. Saleh will send this in. Knotted down by Kanyas Harkin, corner.
And that's one of the things that makes me actually wonder where Barton's going, if he's going into the back line or if he is going up top.
So it was both forwards who came off, so it might
if they drop in it,
might be a 5-4-0. Being a man light, Shmelev sent off earlier in the half.
Maybe just Maya up. The upside is it's hard that you don't want to sub in the back line, obviously, if they're amongst your strongest to kill this game out, but you certainly want to give them some wheels to deal with other things, which would be flank players up top, just to pressure, chase a bit. A lot was asked of Marich besides the 2 goals he scored. So it's going to be tough for him to grind the end of a game out.
Rugova hit that much too hard. I have to think, given how hard he hit that, he was trying to bend that to the top corner.
Yeah, Multiverse of Madness sucked. That was
I think you're more accurate than he was.
terrible.
Closer to the corner flag in the end.
It wasn't a throw-in, at least. That's the ultimate embarrassment on a shot. Goes out for a throw-in. That's not good news for you.
We'll see that a time or two across the course of the season, I would imagine.
Also, the fact that like,
Happens at all levels.
the villain at the end of the first one, and then changed his entire plot for the second one. 'Cause they
Wow. Wow, well possessed. Way to work out of tremendous pressure.
Noah Robinson continues to catch the eye. Just a couple of games into his professional career.
I thought it was okay. Like, it was cool. It was very cool that they were all there. But, like, it was just like a movie. Yeah.
Saleh left it behind. Gold Star, though, still in possession. Lobsiger's deep.
Happier that I got that no matter.
Green over on the left now. Rogova flicks that on, I think intended for himself. Chested by Baranovsky to Makruva. Ouch. That hit Milo Barton right in the face.
Ben, did you get a shot of that?
Didn't sound great from up here.
No, that did not look or sound comfortable. Kruva kind of pushed it a little bit, but as you can tell, it was open. It was on. It's just how you're going to deal with that line drive ball from Makruva.
Oh, and Rosero. Makruva was brave again.
Good piece of officiating there, too. Official was running over just because he hadn't gotten up yet. Probably two things. Make sure he's okay, and number two, to make sure he knows he's got to start again. Not going to grind the clock down.
Lobsiger, not a good ball. Baranovsky read it. Nikola wanted that played up ahead. He'll track back well. Well, and he's spun Alex DeLue down to the turf. No bookings, just a free kick for Gold Star.
He's healed.
He's fine.
It's a miracle.
A terrific pace again, sent across. Oh, Makruva.
I was actually going to say what Nikola's actually been quite handsy as he tries to adjust to the speed of the pro game, and I actually think he was kind of baited into that foul. And it was, and as you could tell by how quickly the player recovered, it was a dive. It was a dive and a little bit of simulation of an injury there to try to get the call. And
that hits Barton. Kanya Sarkeen clears only as far as Anthony Bowie. I'm not sure the Stars will be fully comfortable unless they get another goal. Mejia couldn't control. He's from out in Denair, California. Played collegiately at UC Davis and then Cal Irvine last year. Second team All Big West, 4 goals and 3 assists. A guy that can produce.
Stars just content just to absorb, dropping off and waiting until they got numbers in a block. Really, Milo Barton not even searching out, just trying to stay in behind, make play a little bit predictable.
He goes to ground. Oh, did it beautifully. It's a Shalbot all by himself. Still with the energy to get around Palma. That's a throw in at the corner flag for the Stars. Palma recovered really well. I don't think anybody's in a hurry to take this,
No, I.
Typing in his phone right now. I'm gonna find
but it needs to be somebody that hasn't been booked already.
Yep.
And the referee imploring somebody go and do this. I don't want to have to book someone else.
I think he signaled throw, trying to, just in case someone thought it was a corner kick and or a foul. Let's get this game moving.
Milo Barton does eventually come up to take it. He gets a little shove. Gold Star gets a free kick. Georgian Chai bellowing at Milo to come on back. No need to stay up, son. He is, by the way, the son of former England international Warren Barton. Newcastle United, Wimbledon. And now a well-known pundit. He's also maybe the best-known follower of Michigan Stars on Twitter, though I'm not entirely certain about that. Skipped over Rugova's head.
To see if he does a little bit of a review after the game.
He played that funny guy in that one.
They're looking at Route 1 now. Now it's get everyone forward. The ball's just going to be clipped down the field as far as Makruva can hit it.
Which is a long, long way.
Yeah, he's just trying to get on the the shot on goal chart there, which is close. I think that would have made it across the end line, but it would have been wide.
4 minutes of time added on. So 4 minutes for Gold Star in this first Star Derby to rescue a point. Baranovsky read it nicely.
This might be set in the Lake area when he gets a hold of it. Oh, very smartly played on the ground, puts it down. Makes Barnes come out of the goal and get it. Still defending as a block for Michigan Stars, getting numbers back.
Palma over the top, looking for Rugova off the top of Baranovsky's head. Shalbut scoops that up the line. Finds Milo Barton to push in the lower back from Palma. Lets out a yell. Free kick. Job done. That'll lead up a little bit of time.
Yes, that will.
Well, okay, job done for now. You got to wait till the final whistle.
You give credit. I think Shalbut, numbers down, extremely dangerous. He is taking exactly what's been given to him on runs down the line. Right there, turn the ball around in possession. I think he's been more dangerous in the last 10 minutes than the rest of the game, really kind of taking what's available to him. And smart play, too. You're not going to expect a lot of numbers in your attack when you're up by one late in the game, and he's made sound decisions getting forward.
Ogben lashes that out of play. Everyone behind the ball for the Stars.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Makruva, good catch.
It's almost like they were trying to find him. He was that far off his goal line, up and to the right.
Fell into Roddy Green.
Yeah, he was picking where that ball was going to be sent, and sure enough, they were trying to find Roddy. And there was Tatenda Makruva just waiting for it.
Another push. Back the other way. Gold Star low on time.
Still a lot of numbers back for Gold Star. And they've got 5 behind the ball.
Well, losing by 1 or losing by 2 doesn't really mean a whole lot at this point. And Shalbut. Well, he was blocked off by Lobsiger, who goes into the book. Might be the first time a Gold Star player has been booked this evening.
Probably more for the tactical foul than the actual impact or type of foul it was. So I was making that mention earlier, Shalbut being so dangerous in the attack. I think Gold Star's noticed. His right flank has been so good for him in the second half, late. Nothing to show for on the scoreboard, but a lot of danger coming from Nicolas Pace, getting up the side. Shalbut making good decisions under pressure.
Yeah.
So Michigan Stars are going to have to start with 9. While Shawbud waits to be waved back in. You imagine the official probably wave him back in right away. I think there's another worry about blood being on his elbow maybe. There's the fourth official. He's just on there making sure that the blood's covered up, and he'll alert the center he's ready to go back in. it was off camera, but
tried to sneak on a
Shawbud
little
tried
too
to get
early.
on, yeah. Now he's getting the treatment to get on the field.
Well into the 4 minutes of stoppage time. Dalu coming forward. Ooh, Hogben. Well, referee waves away and appeal for a free kick for handball.
Handball at 4 feet's not going to happen.
Enis Djokovic, one of the Stars coaching staff, looks down at his watch. I think they were asking for George Yunchai just to take 1 or 2 steps back. Right. Wide to the right. Saleh. Diving header away by Bowie. Has to be near the end. Mejia out of play. Gold Star throw-in, but how could there possibly be time remaining? One last throw of the dice for Gold Star. Dalu still with life in those legs. Oh, sends it through for Rosero, who's offside. Was cleared off the line anyway. Yeah, flag went up right away from the assistant referee on the far side.
Yeah, they'll often wait on that flag until a player gets on it, but if there's a goalkeeper there, or there's going to be a high probability of collision, they're going to pull that flag early.
Kruva will have to take the kick.
I mean, there's a good chance this is on goal here at this point. Let this thing ride 80 yards, see what happens.
That's it. Well, Michigan Stars, who they had to grind out the last half hour, down a man after Yakov Shmelev was sent off for his second yellow card. But the 2 first-half goals from Leon Maric hold up. He scores after 56 seconds, and in the 15th minute, Junior Rosero scored what in the end was a consolation goal for Gold Star. I have to say, even that man who we saw for a few seconds, Tatenda Makruva, despite the 2 goals from Leon Maric, quite possibly Michigan Stars man of the match. That penalty save to deny Rosero right at the end of the first half.
Yeah, you think about that, because that's also obviously confidence. It's something that could have swung the game into the Gold Stars' direction, but instead he gets that save. That's huge. Obviously, back line, some new mixed pieces. They're working together, so a little bit different. How many center backs can join a team and just be ready for a goalkeeper over their shoulder, literally, coming out for a ball? They did well working with them. But Gold Star acquitted themselves well. They come into the home of the defending NISA champions. Not only, only one goal loss you're not happy with, but you were in the game, in the whole game. Well done by them to be in this game tonight, but Michigan Stars shut the door, and they got to learn something. And they're going to need that because Shmelev is out the next couple games, and they're going to need someone new at that right back.
Well, he'll be out for Michigan Stars' next match, which is 15 days from now. We'll have it for you on 11 Sports, April 29th, against Chattanooga FC, a team that's difficult enough to get a result against when you are at full strength, never mind when you're without a player like Yakov Shmelev.
I'm looking forward to watching this on my phone from the Caribbean. I can't wait to see you call this game and see how the Michigan Stars do in that game. Said I'm going to miss it in person because that's always a great matchup. Not always goals, but maybe this year, come on now. 2 goals in the first 15 minutes of a game. Maybe the Stars team is going to hang some on Chattanooga this year.
That's true. Last year, the first 3 matches between the 2 teams ended 0-0. The regular season finale, a late winner from Chattanooga here, 3-2 against the Stars. And then, of course, Michigan Stars went down to Chattanooga and broke CFC Hearts 1-0, second-half goal from Leon Maric. That's going to be a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun tonight. Really well played.
Yeah, it really was. And obviously goals early. The game was never in doubt. That's the nice thing. The game was in doubt for a long time. It was never just kind of put away. So from a fan, it's fun. You're on the edge of your seat. The home faithful are happy. They also got the win in the end, but they got to be really into the game all the way through. So fun night of soccer.
So the defending champs can exhale. The 2 first-half goals from Leon Maric hold up. Their home opener ends with 3 points to the reigning champions in the first Star Derby of the season, the first Michigan Derby in a couple of years. Final score at Barnabo Field, Michigan Stars 2, Gold Star FC won. For Chris Black and all of our crew, this is Mason Lowry saying so long from Southeast Michigan.